$8, random. The fuck going on, y'all? My bad. I had to get the glasses and shit. Hold on. Is it? It's not in. Hold on. All right. Let it sign in. Let it do its thing, and then I'll do my thing. But what up, folk? How y'all doing, man? Hit the 10-11 joint. I'm gonna let at least 5 minutes come in. Everybody roll in, do their thing. But as usual, you know what I'm saying? Good morning, America, man. We outside, we inside, we everywhere. The fuck going on, y'all? How y'all doing? It's $8, random. What up, y'all? Oh, boom, got the. There we go. There we go. My bad. Had to run inside to get the glasses. But what's going on, everybody? Like I said, let everybody come in. Just give it a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? Enough time for me to roast this little Elski and then get ready and do what we gotta do. Man, there's a lot to talk about, a lot of random shit. Obviously I try to stay off of finally, yo, Black, numero uno, pa. What's going on, Black? How you doing, pa? Hope everything good, man. What's poppin', man? What's going on, Nene? What up, Nene? How you doing? Good morning, everybody. What's poppin', y'all? Thank God I got my crew back. But what's up, y'all? Everybody good? Black, we missed you, man. Hope everybody good though. You know what I'm saying? Stay alive, stay blessed. You already, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try not to engage too much. What up? Chillin', Ned. You already know Nene. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Nene, Black, random, man. I just saw this cool. So YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Doom scrolling and shit like that. Yo, what's going on, Ethan? Yo, I get up to this video about this guy trying to explain like why do people do cave diving, and if you don't know, a lot of people end up dying via these cave dives, man. And they contort their bodies into these little fucking spaces, dislocate, double joint, you know what I'm saying? Just like all type of craziness. And I don't know the adrenaline behind it, but long story short, he shows a video where a guy made a wrong turn, man. And in his mind, he knew the cave line out. He knew exactly where everything was. Long story short, it went into a like a dip, and he just got stuck there 27 hours, man. They tried to, you know, pull him out. Couldn't happen, man. Couldn't happen, Captain. And he died, man. So my whole thing is like, does anybody know what's up with the cave diving, or is it just us? Like, you know what I mean? Like people that are like, yo, that shit is wild. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's bugged out. But good looking, everybody that rocking in was popping. It was good, Zay. It's all good, bro. Been cooling, taking care of everyone. Else with no time for myself. What about you? Yeah, man. Like you weren't here yesterday, but ended up going to Las Vegas. I mean Los Angeles to go check out some dresses for Sweet 16. My wife's daughter. So stay busy, stay moving, and do what you know me. You see my lives, man. I'm outside for real, for real. But what up, folk? Yo, hit me with them dums, y'all. Yo, where Christy? Where everybody at, man? We gonna get everybody good. That crap is off the wall. Seriously, that fool died. Yeah, Nene. Let's go, co-host. Talk to me. Come on, Black. In my mind, man, it bugs me. It just like look, skydiving. I did it. Cool. Um, Even cave diving, I think is kind of cool, right? But Christy, perfect time in the world. What's going on, Christy? But the whole cave diving, man, I don't care if we know the blueprint and we know it ends and opens up into a cave of treasure, my dude. I am not crawling through anything. And when you're younger, um, I don't know if this ever happened, but I remember one time, man, this kid put his head through the ball and then went like this. And when you're frantic, you think you're stuck in this bar, you know what I'm saying? And all he had to do was just this, flip the ears a little bit and pull, you know what I'm saying? Because going in things is a lot easier than coming out of things, you know what I'm saying? But what's going on, everybody? I got a glimpse of that, bro. Ain't Nothing like family ties. Good looking, Black. You stay, you know what I'm saying? You stay hitting, man. Don't disrespect, man. Please, gamer guy. Relax. I don't know what that means though, but just be nice. Yes, man. Yes, connection. Thank you for listening, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Good looking. But yo, we're talking about cave diving. This obviously there's a lot of stories, but this one guy went into a cave. He it ended up like doing a little dip and he got stuck and they couldn't pull him out, man, and he died. And instead of, they just ended up burying the cave entrance and that's his like tomb. Was good, boss. Yo, what up, Noodles? Yo, good looking, Noodles. How you, man? Hope everything good in life and stay blessed, man. Thank you for rocking with me, Noodles. But what up, Black? What up, Nene? There's a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? People are still discussing that Pooh Shiesty. Yo, I also wanted to talk about, I don't know if anybody saw on Shay Shay, right? He had Michael Beasley, man, and one of his very emotional, very you know what I mean? It hit really hard, man, at home too. You know what I mean? Because of the homeless thing. But you'd be surprised what a lot of men are going through because old school guys, it is a thing to just shut your mouth and just push through, right? You don't want help from anybody else. Like he said something cool. Like you never want to let no anybody know when you're up. So don't let anybody know when you're down. You know what I'm saying too? It's weird, Everybody got their own ways of addressing certain situations, man. Boyfriend broke up with me because I called her weenie warrior in front of her friends. Do you think I crossed the line? I don't know, sign. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. If she told you before, don't call me this name over and over, and you did it in front of the friends, yeah, you out of here, man. It's very easy, Sai. Thank you for coming on my channel. It's very easy, man. You gotta listen, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. Is your girlfriend playful too? Does she try to ish on you? Because if it's a one-way highway, then glad the breakup happened, man. So you could move on, man. Yeah, gamer. What's going on, Paul Brown? How you doing, pa? Girl lock. It is funny, but in front of the friends, the difference between guys and girls, women are very, they, they don't, their perception in society, they don't like to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Only they can mess with it. You understand what I'm saying? But if somebody tries to, I know you were goofing around and playing around, but weenie warrior, my dude, you know what I'm saying? I know girls used to hate the B word and the C word. That's it. So maybe it was a good thing you broke up because she's soft, man. You don't need a girl like that crashing out over Weenie Warrior. Yeah, everybody does. Leroy, what's up, man? How you doing, pa? Yeah, word. What's going on, Metric piece, PC, whatever. Um, Losers already messing around. Yeah, Nene, I'm just keeping it pushing. Do your thing, sir. Jojo. Yeah, unknown. I'm sorry, I'm catching up. Yeah, yeah. New caves are too dangerous to mess with. They don't even have the line out. Chilling, blessed, good looking noodles. What's going on, the higher? I thought you quit smoking cigarettes. Nah, I never said that, man. You know what I mean? I said I'm going to quit. You know what I mean? It's a process, but nah, I never said I'm gonna quit. In fact, just because you said the word sig, I'm gonna let you on, man. But good looking, man, for carrying on my life. How the gang sign, bro? I knew BIE, new B. What up, Clipper? How you doing, pa? Thank you, Leroy. You too, man. Stay blessed, man. You know what I mean? This channel ain't trying to attack anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you come in properly, you know what I'm saying, and I gave you an honest answer. You know what I mean? Because a lot of folk ain't into the Lord no more, man. A lot of folk don't care for the God. A lot of folk think that there's gonna be a to be continue. A lot of folk think this is a game. You know what I'm saying? So the older you get, the wiser you are, man. So good looking, Leroy. B, we were looking for you, fam. That's a fact, B. What's going on, Black? Welcome back. Welcome back. For real. What up, Gorlock? Yeah, man. You know. Sometimes in life, it's like, yo, if somebody's taking a certain word a little bit crazy, man, you shouldn't be around them, man. You know what I mean? Especially, like I said, a lot of times it's a one-way highway. People like to dish but never receive, right? People like to dish it. There was always a saying like that, like, "Oh, you like to dish but not, I mean, take it," right? You could talk the shit, but you can't take the shit, right? So, you know what I mean? That's why, like, look, if I'm putting myself out there, I'm aligned to be reading what people have to say, right? It's only up to my moderators and the flow of the room to get people out of here that aren't, adding anything to the group, you know what I'm saying? Because this is life, man. You don't want to waste time, joking around too much. Next thing you know, you're gonna be 30 joking, 40 joking, 50 joking. Be careful, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stay blessed, everybody. Thank you, Nene. I appreciate you. But yeah, what up, B? Welcome everybody to the new ones, to the to the regular group. Good looking, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks just for the love, man. So far, everything's been flowing, everything's been good, man. No complaints here. And I'm never a man to complain, you know what I'm saying? I'm old school and come for that cloth where, we take a lot of our shit with us, you know what I'm saying? And we hold on to our stuff. You know what I mean? Very emotional, but never let emotions run us. You know what I mean? But what up, everybody? Thank you for rocking with me. $8, random. Man, y'all, we good? Everybody good? Smile, be happy, man. You know what I mean? That you clicked on my joint right now. We got the love going, everybody chilling, you know? And that's, yo, Black. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing, man. A lot of folk, yo, I was having a conversation, right? And, you know, it's the things that you do that nobody sees is the counter clock on who you are. It's the things when you open a door and you're not waiting for a thank you is that takes you apart from others, right? It's when you're taking care of other people when you could hardly take care of yourself. That's a big person because I always tell people concentrate on you and then the world could come. You know what I mean? But if you already got you established, man, and then helping, it's there's nothing more beautiful than helping people. You know what I mean? You never get a better feeling, a better, I don't know what it is, right? You feel that shit. Oh shit, good looking, man. You said thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, approach the game and this life that we call, what I mean, bro, Zay, I be saying that all the time. I know, Black, yo, we always click, man. I already know you got a good soul, man. And a lot of folk don't maybe say it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folk maybe not give you your flowers, but Black, you always, you know what I'm saying? As long as I, you know what I'm saying, known you or chatted, you've been always on a direct, you know what I'm saying? And you never play games, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate, your work, man, because people don't understand, man. Taking care and dealing with other folk, it's like a job, man. It really is, man. And maybe we should concentrate on like rehabilitating or helping folk get to that point where they could just self-sustain themselves, man. There's too much uh you know um your reliance on people is just, you know what I mean? I'm in a situation that is like thin ice, but luckily I got family home that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just you gotta move properly, man, because like, you got folk that are deliberately want to see you fail, deliberately want to hurt you, deliberately want you to cry, and I never liked those folk, you know what I'm saying? That's because you care, take care of business, B. That's what's up, man. Thank you. Here we go, Nene. There's this girl on here begging, saying, "Run my money." I had to get her out of here. Good looking, Nene. What's your favorite movie? Favorite movie, man. Favorite movie, man. Like something that I'm gonna go Goodfellas, man. I'm gonna go Goonies. Like if I can have a look, can I have a little John, man? Can I, a little gavetta that has like three, man? Okay, so I got the Goonies right there for adventure and like, get my heart going. Then I got the Goodfellas to keep me on my toes, just in case I gotta blast somebody's head off. And then we'll finish up with the Matrix, because my mind always outside the box. But good looking, man, yeah, man. But I'm gonna go Goodfellas. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go Goodfellas. I think that was a very yeah, what's going on, Warren? Talking about it, man. What's going on, Anthony? How you doing, Pa? Thank you for that question, man. Too much entitlement, innit? You know what I mean? You don't, you don't ask for what you didn't never worked for, and you never assume tomorrow's going to give you what yesterday never gave you. You understand that? You never assume that you're going to get something tomorrow that yesterday never gave you, or you never worked today on. Remember, man, life is really what you're doing, man. How you create networking, how you are with your friends throughout, man. I got friends 30 years, man. Yo, do the math, 30, man. That's a 30 ball for real, man. You know, and some folk, don't even got friends 5 years, 2 years, 1 year. Some people don't got friends at all. And it says something a little bit about the character, but then again, I know this is a different time. Sometimes you don't got too many friends because you don't want to get hurt either, because a lot of folk ain't running the right game anyway. You know what I mean? So I understand both sides of that coin, man. But just stay up, and I hope you do meet people that you could last forever. You can see their family grow. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of, you know what I mean? And of course, yo, we all got them stories. Yo, my man got shot. This happens, that happens. That's life, man. I'm glad that a lot of their families is up. You know what I'm saying? They daughters, they sisters, everybody. You know, rest in peace. One of my best friends, man. I call him Z1000, man. I always had names for people, right? So I called him Z1000, man. He died. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Loved him to death. Cried. I, the interaction before he died, man. He moved, man. Everybody saying he couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? And he moved for me. But long story short, man. Um, his sister gave birth, man, and it's a beautiful thing that you know just continue that name, continue that family name, and let's remember that man because he was a good man. But what up, Ethan? What up, everybody? Good looking, Juan. Good looking. Back to where what you were saying at first, though, man, not living in the times to be extracurricular activities such as cave diving, bro. Out here playing with nature like that. I know, Black. Nah, but you landing, Black. You know what I'm saying? You good, man. You good, man. That's why this is random, man. This is, and I have luckily the gift of gab and the mind to just, do what I gotta do and bounce on every subject like a mathematician. You heard? But I appreciate everybody, man. It really is, man. But that little reflection of that beautifulness that I still see, man, I try to offer it to you guys in my videos. I try to show you, man, outside of this, this ferment, whatever this is, man, there's still good people, good times out there, I just happen to make good relationship with folk, you know what I mean? And if you think I'm a cool dude now, just imagine being my friend, you know what I'm saying? I was always there, I came when it needed for a lot of them, you know what I mean? So shout out to family, shout out to friends, shout out to y'all, you heard? But what up, Chad? Let's get crazy on what up, niggas? It's Tuesday, you know what I mean? That's a fact. Good looking, Black. But yeah, Juan, how you been, Juan? Everything good? What's going on, Ethan? Everything good? You know what I mean? Roscoe, no act, man. This is me. I don't know. Is it the hat? Like I always say, man, I always do the hat trick with the shiesty, and it always rubs people off, man. Always rubs people the wrong way, man. I don't get it, man. But yeah, man, this is me every day, 24/7. I never change, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a happy dude for real. You know what I'm saying? You thinking it's like there's extra sazon on it. It's like, nah, this is me. I click off. My wife get it. My sister get it. My moms get it. My friends get it. My family get it. You understand me? And some of my viewers get it. You know what I mean? This is really me, man. I don't do nothing. I'm not extra. I'm not loud. I don't do performance only when I'm doing salsa merengue dances. You know what I mean? But I'm a how do you call like I'm just a humble Puerto Rican man, just trying to, let other folk know that there's a point in your life that it could be almost like mine, right? Where you feel peace, you feel, my mom's is alive. I still got, I got a lot of stuff that I consider like love, still going. So I'm happy as I could be. But a lot of haters, a lot of people like the thank you, Roscoe. I try to feed, you know what I mean? I do the green thumb as well. You know what I'm saying? I try, you know what I mean? I try. And is the dog out, man? But yeah, man, got the bird feeder, you know what I'm saying? Look at this big old bag, man. Caught a $20 bag real quick. But yeah, man. I know it's cost effective, you know what I mean? It's very costly, but it's cool when you see the birds come. They say if a man can feed birds and they come, you know what I'm saying? It's a good something about your aura, your soul, you know what I mean? So I consider that, you know what I mean? Yeah, what's going on, Tat? It's been a good run, Tat. You already. He pushing peace. Yo, what up, Sidewalk? Yo, what up, everybody? Yo, thank you, everybody. Yo, Geo Manny, good looking Juan. What up, man? And they, of course, murder missing scientist stuff is all BS play. They all know AI people. Yup. Imagine. Let's talk about it. Now everything has to be cost effective, just money. Yeah, profits. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, like I say, there really is. I never really got into birds. Now I know why Mike Tyson do the pigeon joint. You know what I'm saying? But like they come, they do their thing, they eat, and they, always on alert. And then you know what I mean. I don't know. It's something cool about it. You know what I'm saying? I do the same with the cats. You know what I'm saying? I try to leave a little bowl of water and a little food for them. But yeah, man, just be yourself, man. There's nothing wrong with it. But thank you, Sidewalk. What up, Orange? Yeah, thank you, Orange Diamond. Peace to you too, man. Stay blessed, everybody. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love, man. It goes a long way, man. You know what I mean? A lot of folk don't appreciate things no more. It's the little things that make the bigger things worth it, right? So thank you. What's going on, Addiction? Yo, thank you for rocking with me, RDA. Thanks for popping in, you know what I mean? And I just want to shout you out and say what up. And yeah, man, do your thing, but have a blessed day while you're doing it, man. But thanks for popping in, man. What up, man? Hope everybody good on your side, man. Yeah, Black. I got you. I got you, Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me. You know what I mean? Can you smell what the bee cooking early? Yeah, man. I always got like fundamentally when you got, newcomers, it's always good to, just talk my piece, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think anything like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm full four, I'm a different cloth, so there's very few things that, tangle me, you know what I mean? And because I guess when you live through so much, reality, it's like everything else is just, it's cool. So I appreciate everybody, man, and the energy, the attention. It is what it is, Not everybody is, falls from the tree right, There's the bad apples out there. I just wish that there was more, folk that were trying to do right than do wrong, man. But yeah, it was going on addiction like that L, man. Yeah, but life is life, man. I never complained, you know what I'm saying? If I had my old phones, I would show y'all like the old, you know what I mean, without the beards, but yeah, man, skinnier but active and had a good time with life. Great ride. You know what I mean? My man hit me with like an old song we did, like in the studio. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Nostalgia is a wonderful thing, and I appreciate that we always go into our little nostalgic moments, and we get our discussions on. But like I said, man, the Pooh Shiesty debacle is still crazy, man. They did lock up the kid that killed the 15-year-old, R.I.P. Jaden. I think that story really hit. He was in New York City. And then another story is going to hit right now. Random, man. So the mayor supposedly in New York is doing the same thing did in Cali, which is like you could rob shit and just get slapped on the hand for it, right? So a year ago, there was a rest in peace. His name is Abdullah. He's on the news. He's like, "Yo, the violence is getting crazy. Please, every time I call police, they never come on time." So long story short, like 2 nights ago, man, he got killed in a store, shot in the stomach, man. And of course, they came late. So it bugs me out that like so much death is happening, and I don't know why there's the connection ain't there no more because death used to really hit people. Like fuck, that person ain't around no more forever, right? But like it's hitting a lot of people, and it's now it's going into the civilians. So when I was younger, we would watch the news knowing as long as you're not in that or active or playing in that field, you're not going to deal with any consequence or die, right? So now it's just hitting, man. You don't know road rage. You could just, find somebody that's just that day, that minute, wrong time, wrong place, man. So be careful. What's going on, Ocean? How you doing, man? What's up, everybody? Yeah, I got my weed too, but I do know, I don't know what's up with that Dose and banana shit, man. This motherfucker be hitting me, and I be slurring, and I'm only 25 minutes in, But what's going on, everybody? It's just, take care of yourself. Like I always tell you, antennas up. I know a lot of folk know what the fuck going on and know how to move, but it's like it sucks that it has to be on a daily. It has to be almost like a paranoia type of effect feel, but you got to just always be, head twisting, what's going on, da 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 dee, da 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 da, you know what I mean? Especially if you find yourself in areas where you're not supposed to be, you know what I mean? What's going on, Ocean? But yeah, man. But good looking, everybody, for popping in. Like I said in the beginning, we were talking about cave diving and how ridiculous it sounds, and it is. Shout out to the folks that do it. I'm not hating on it. All I'm saying is don't make a left, right? Yo, they had this one guy, right? He was in a cave, and supposedly when it started raining outside, the cave started filling up. So it started creating like, he was bugging out. What the fuck, like, and he scrammed and got out of there. But yo, you never know, man. And my thing is like, look, a lot of these caves, like the other dude said, like a lot of the new ones aren't blueprinted or tracked yet, right? They haven't mapped them out, but a lot of the old ones, man. So you already know there's no treasure in there. There's nothing popping. It's just like, you gotta, regulate your breathing. It's just, and then, equipment wise, you can't even take really nothing, man. So it's just really you doing your groundwork, man. So, I don't know. I always like I said, when that came up on my shit, I was like bugged out seeing it. Like, wow, people are still doing it. And then I find out a couple of years ago somebody died in the cave, and it's like, what? But yeah, man, I hope everybody doing good, man. Stay blessed and yeah, man. And a lot of folk think that, oh, I don't even want to talk. Like I was about to say Mr. Orange. You heard, Black? Yo, I'm taking your Mr. Orange, Black. Good looking for that alley oop. You heard? We're doing Reservoir Dogs on politics now. But yeah, man, there's a lot in the news. There's a lot going on. Hopefully, I don't know what's up. Like they say it's over, but gas prices are still through the roof. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I was saying that New York City mayor stuff, man. Uh, I don't know what's going on out there, man, and it don't look cool, man. A few years ago, two guys in Colorado was in the cave and it was extended by some monk and it was covered up. Creepy. I lost track of what we're talking about. Yo, Ethan, trust me, we all over the place, man. That's why, like, sometimes I will always go Black or Nene co-host and even Christy because yo, Nene always be on it. She always knows, like, you know what I mean. And it maybe it's my New York flow and the way I does me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Let's go, cat. Up in the stream, man. The hate is real, ain't it? Motherfuckers come in here with they cape on and they think they the hero of the year, only to just get the swing bada bada swing. Good looking black, good looking black. It's funny as hell how some of these people like and yo, I don't understand like if it's an East Coast thing, but I promise when I did travel, a lot of other states are definitely a lot slower. Like I do talk fast sometimes, you know what I mean? I do understand that. So a lot of folk be like, yeah, he on coke or whatever. It's like, nah, this is like how we really talk, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Ocean, trust me, man. I always big up my minute of the dog. I said it like one time, mod against mods, man. I take my mods against any mods, man. Yo, Ned, you noticed that too. Good looking co-host. Yo, I'm glad, man. That's like a fourth, you know what I'm saying? She come in and say the same joint, same little hate speech, and then she out of there. It's like, yo, that is funny. What up? Yo, fuck around and find out. What up, Pop? How you doing, man? Stay blessed, man. Hope everything good, man. But what up though? You good? Thank you for rocking with me as usual. You know what I'm saying? What up, Junior Garza? Say it again for the weirdos in the back. Go outside of USA. What up, Amir Router? Maybe one day, you know what I mean? I say Nene, you know what I mean? But I it might I know. What up, Christy? I do got fans. Yes, sir, Black. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know how we do our shit. You know what I mean? It's just the way my channel is. It's really random, and we flow from content to content. And whichever content lands, and I see that the audience is digging, we start talking about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know. I don't know why every other person could do this, but me, I don't understand the hate. You know what I mean? And you got other folk that are talking about nothing, literally regurgit a bunch of parrots regurgitating the same fucking nonsense over and over, the same news but a different channel. At least mine has a different sazon to it, man. At least mine, you do get something out of it. At least me, I shout you out. At least mine, you know what I mean? You feel like a person. You just feel like a just a random fucking whatever, man. It is what it is, man. I'm just happy that I got my audience and the people that do understand where I'm going and headed. It is a place and a purpose. You know what I mean? I'm not just here, wasting my vocals. You know what I mean? Because I'm not monetized, so I could just deuce. You know what I'm saying? But it's the energy and the persistence to keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo, yo, what up, cheeseburger? Salute, man. Salute, bye. Look at that view, man. Beautiful blue skies, man, with the bird feeder. Why am I gonna be angry? Why am I gonna be hating, man? You know what I'm saying? Drip down to the toe, eat those and shit. You know what I mean? It's a little cold, you know what I'm saying? You got the plants still doing good. But life is what you make it, man, and how you create it. You don't have to hate on somebody else's life, man. If yours ain't mingling or doing what you think it should be doing, so you could change it. You have the mind or to do that. Nah, nah, do your thing, Christy. What up, Jizzle? Ned. Exactly. What's going on, Hashana? Thank you, Nene, for that one. Hi. What up, everybody? Good looking on the thumbs up. Thank you for like I say, just coming in on my channel, man. And once again, we were talking about cave diving, just like foolish and unresponsible shootings out there, just like the death overall. Why we're not connecting like we used to. I do admit that Michael Jackson kind of affected me a little bit. I didn't cry, but it hurt. But you know, like one of my best friends, he passed, and I went and I felt, but it was like how he went, and it was like I was mad a little too, man. But there's a little disconnection, man. People just think whatever, he's dead, right? Let me go do this life in jail, man. It's just weird. What's going on, David? How you doing, pa? You always good, Christy. Hold on, swear some funks need a hobby touch grass. I love that line, man. Don't get me started. Yeah, Black, get started, man. Get the chainsaw. Ring. Let me stop, man. But I always get you. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate your energy, man. Because look, a lot of us play a significant role in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I don't jack it all, man. I'm not Mr. Woo, it's all me, man. Like, woo, cocky. That's why when people, I understand the like how people look at me, the judgment, the chains, yeah, man, he's a cocky dude, right? But I'm so opposite of that, that it's cool when you do find people that understand and get you, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, a lot of folk I see, like I say, man, and then the fact that certain people could just leave their channel, or you know what I mean? It's like, yo, man, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna finish it, man. However, the journey goes, however it flows, I'm not mad. A lot of my videos been hitting 1,400, 1,300, thousands. Like to me, that's amazing. 1,000 people saw my video. Yo, you gotta understand, I really see things like the little things make me happy, you know? Like when I see, you don't understand when I see like old school cars, man. I jump out, pa 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 pa. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate, and check out the psychology with the old cars, because to me, I have a lot of clothes that are very old, sneakers that are old 10, 20 years, right? And the old car thing is like the fact that you could keep up that car, right? You could clean it, you could maintain it, right? That's the beautiful thing. It's discipline maintaining something. Just like yourself. When you know how to maintain yourself for self, yo, I'm gonna do the Mano eyes. Yo, I promise you, man, this shit feel good. Did you see the movie, bro? Yeah, I did. A little piece though. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I saw a little piece, but Frank did see it, and he did suggest it that we all go see it. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie. Did you see how they're lying on Nicki Minaj because Meg Thee Stallion getting trashed in the media? So Nene, what do you mean? Is she? Are they broken up, her and her husband, with Nicki, or is that just fakery, saying she filed for divorce and her husband is cheating with another baby on the way? Ooh. Yo, you know what's funny? One of my favorite dudes, his name is like Harlem something. He does music to like certain current events, and he was like, imagine Meg, Cardi, and Nicki do like a song together, just you know, dissing guys, man. Because if it's real, if Clay Thompson, you cheated on Meg, so why even make it get there, Clay? You should have just been like, yo, ma, thanks for the buns, man. See you later. You didn't have to make a relationship out of it, ba. If you was gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? And then hurt the girl in public, man. Whatever, man. No way. So you're saying this is all just to get people, back on the oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, man. What they say, even if it's bad or good publicity, publicity, right? Anything attracts attention, you know? Yo, that's what I. Oh, what up, compay? Yo, what up, BZ in the crib, y'all? Everybody, what up, the BZ? What up, QBZ? What up, News? Rock Nation, a bunch of liars, man. Even all the celebs coming at Meg. Yeah, man, there's a lot of craziness, man. And Tory Lanez is still in there, man. Remember, 14 times yo, somebody said something cool too, man. They said, to people that got shot and that got stabbed before, get a ruler and just put it right in any direction, and that's how just that little foot. You could have been out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. Like life, that's why I take for real, man. Like I really seriously, you know what I mean, walk upon this ground and I really live in reality and I try to like have a great time with it too. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna break my spirit, you know what I mean? As much as they try, and they are trying. Who is the king of pop all time, man? Michael Jackson. Dead or alive, I don't know. Pop, I don't know. You could, yo, I go Chris Brown underneath that too, Mike and Chris. But it's your own opinion, you know. Somebody might say Taylor Swift, somebody might say Justin. Whoa, segue, Justin Bieber. Yo, my man had a laptop at Coachella. Yo, niggas was watching YouTube videos after you paid all that money and Justin Hahn his ass. That's crazy, Justin. What are you doing, man? Allegedly high on his ass. That's why I best stay out of Ratchet Lane when it comes to lady rappers. Don't see Rhapsody or Lauren Hill on the gossip pages. That's a fact. Yo, Black, can we talk about that though? Can we talk about um how the flip floppy, not flip floppy, but the war, how they got at females and the trick bag tricked them? Like, and I love when they always have videos where it's all the women that are telling you ladies not to get married, fuck dudes and all this shit. They're married with kids, happy, right? Yo, be careful, man. Be careful who's behind that Wizard of Oz curtain, man. Because damn, man, between Sexy, Meg, Cardi, there was about 5 years where everything was promoting uh I don't like to I don't know how like I'm high, man, but that word from whatever that means, um everybody just smashing, having a good time like it's fucking Woodstock. Hold on, man. Yep. I'm catching up. What up, what up, Dom? Tory lawyers are connected to Jay-Z. Oof, man. Nene. Right, B. You know the answer to that question, Hashana. Hee early. What up, Dom? Hee hee. Yeah, bro, I know. What up, Hashana? Yo, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I got you, Ashana. But yeah, man. King of Pop will always be King of Pop, and he did so good that they're already talking about maybe doing a biopic too, which is dope, man. He has a 40-year tenure, a 40-year lifespan of besides the nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And they try to play my man, you know, when he jumped on the car during his case and he was just like, yo, he's just, Mike was Mike, man. Nobody was. And yo, one of the illest videos I seen was when Mike Super Bowl, he told his band, when I take my glasses off, that's when you start. So yo, Mike comes Super Bowl, boom, with the black jack like this, with the general jacket like this. Mike like this. Boom, 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 boom. Woo! Yo, that's Mike. Yo, shout out to Mike, man. Cardi B is queen. Let's go, Ashana. Fact Z. I like the music, but don't like the premise. That's the word. Thank you, Nene. Um, and yo, look, I love Cardi B, the boogie down, man. That's New York. We always rep ours. All I'm saying is the message to kids isn't the right thing because yo, you know what's wild? I love how we all know answers to things. Like, who's my target audience, and who really listens to most of the stuff, and who really goes to concerts, right? And who does that? Like all the numbers and the stats are there. So when you do music, just know, these little girls and little boys are gonna listen to it, man. Yo, good looking, man. Yeah, Dom, you hold this L and take this elbow. You remember yo, Dom, make a couple of t-shirts, man, and let me get some juice off of that, man. Shout out to you, Dom. The same lady rappers saying, don't cook, don't clean, don't get married, trick these ninjas out of all they got. Yup. And I'm doing complete opposite. And everyone gets confused when their hot girl summer is ruined. That's a fact. And yo, they know something about time. They know something about um like, when a woman gets obviously the chance of having a baby and all that, etc., right? The biology standpoint. But when you even go on the mental psychological joint, a lot of them when they hit 30, 40, the war, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad place, and they already say this is statistics. I'm not trying to hate or you know the misuse or the use of depression pharmaceuticals is like through the roof, and it's bugged out, man. That you're right, Black. They tricked them out of they try to tell them, yo, forget man, yo, you want a guy that's making $700 million a minute. That's what you deserve, girl. And then you like, hold on, but that percentage, if you follow the percentages, only a certain percentage make millions, billions, etc. Right? So that's a small pool of men that are literally smashing. You know what I'm saying? Facts, beat. That's always facts. Mike was the aura. That's a fact, Hashana. Yo, he definitely was, man. What's going on, Hashana? Shout out to you, man. Salute, bye. But Megan Cardi run through men like water. Eesh. And yo, look, I'm even saying it for us too, man. You know what I mean? But um, even though like it is what it is, man. But to the to women, man, I hope you like don't experience it like just a game or something and run your numbers up, because with STDs and false pregnancies where that's not the man you want to have the baby with. You understand? And it's just it is what it is, man. And I love how religion always, shorty, a rat shooting, and you be like, yo, but yo, get rid of the kid, man. We can't. No, God, whatever. I'm joking, but yeah, man, be careful, man. Be careful out there. Yo, Blueface looking crazy. Blueface looking crazy out there. And this is another thing. We could talk about women right now, right? We're gonna talk about niggas now, man. This is another thing. When dudes think they got the longest arm in the world, man, they think, yo, shorty ain't gonna leave. She like this D. And it's like in the beginning, yeah, man, but after a while, man, if you continuously bully and talk to women the way like yo, So there's a clip of Blueface in the bed with his baby moms, and he's like joking on her while she bleeding and shit. And she's like, "Cause you stressing me out, nigga." Like, and I kind of understand Krishan Rock's kid, even though that's not his, but she was around him during the preg and poking around and playing and all this shit. That's not good to. It's not a good setting to have a pregnant woman. Usually you want frequencies. They always say play like Beethoven and shit like that with the kid. You know what I mean? I play Biggie, but um yeah, man, it's just bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Simplex around, yeah. And yo, they went through allegedly they went through her list, Sexy Red's joint. Nene, you could confirm this. Yo, she hit some niggas, man. You know what I mean? You go all the way down the line, man. She, French. No, no, no. Supposedly Drake or Chief or so and like Babe. Like I don't know, man. It's just and yo, I never understood it when Superhead was around. Right? This is to my crowd. Right? When Superhead was going around, I didn't understand why guys were like, yeah, I want to see what that's about. Right? Like I never got that. Like, if I found out my man's was smashing son, I didn't want to, like, even if he was like, yo, this shit the bomb, like, it don't make me want to, you know what I'm saying? That's yours. Even if y'all break up, man. You know what I'm saying? 15 life. Good looking, Andrew. How you doing, Andrew? Hope everything good, man. Salute to you too, man. She went around the corner early. Go get that dog, bruh. Yo, now I see what you're saying, bro. Go get that dog, man. Shout out to you, man. Enjoying my channel while you walking. You know what I mean? Doing your thing, man. Oh my God, and then you landed that. That's a dope ass t-shirt because that's exactly what he's doing. He's taking advantage of women that aren't used to paper, and he's putting them in a setting that it's like a one in a lifetime type joint. And whenever you have alcohol around, it's only a matter of time before something exciting or camera worthy happens. You know what I mean? But it's just sad that if you follow the line of just like the baddies or whatever, they come and then you don't hear from them, man. Like, what I'm saying? It's a rough, wild life, man, to just put yourself out there as this like ratchet human being. There's nothing cool about it. You know what I mean? I don't understand why we started putting more attention on making that look cool as opposed to look cool when cool was cool. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't cool to us. We used to say it out loud. Yo, that gang, that all that shit is corny. We don't like it, man. That's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all want to do, man. Leave us alone. You know what I'm saying? That's why we were able to have successful barbecues back in the days, successful open the hydrant and everybody's playing outside without bullets flying. Because we used to say, yo, look, it's not 8 o'clock, it's not 10 o'clock yet, it's not nighttime. So right now during the daytime, let the kids have fun. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. We got all right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, nah. This shit is like a spider web, and in the center is Shorty, like, you remember little Kim poster, but it's Meg. Or I mean sexy, whatever. You heard? Yeah, they do, man. As soon as who's the other one? It sucks that I know these names, but the other one that was on Drewski's show with the big lips, that she, I don't know how, but Offset, this dude. I'm like, yo, so what? You hit up your mans and say, like, what's up with that, man? The breath must be aye. Aye, aye, aye. Hold on, y'all. 2 seconds. 22 seconds. Sorry, y'all. Hold on, hold on. Why is this LG on Ito? Thank you, everybody. This see? We found that conversation right now, even though it's nasty. Jordan. But yeah, man, that word that Nene wrote before, man, I don't understand why. And yo, a lot of folk don't even understand biology. So let's say your girl don't know and you cheat, right? And you bring back that first of all, it's a different thing, a different smell now. You heard? So whatever smell, like whatever, man. I don't even want to go there, man. You know what I'm saying? But To the non-virgins that know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got they smell with each other, you know what I'm saying? And your pheromones produce a smell when you lay with a woman or a dude, you know what I'm saying? And to the dudes that found the other smell, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm grateful I never landed in that predicament. But this is why you don't throw your wee wee everywhere, you know what I'm saying? This is why, and there used to be a thing. I don't know if Black or BZ noticed when a girl used to, what up noodles, when a girl used to like yeah, niggas, yeah, hitting the gym for real. Cuckoo. But your pheromones and yep, Selena Powell, perfect, landed. Are you Def Jam Poetry? Yeah, Def Jam Poetry was wild too, man. I think DMX was on that. Follow dude DMX poetry shit. He landed it, man. Let's go, Noodle. But yeah, I'm not look, I'm not like I always try to say my channel is here to like educate and give advice. I'm not trying to sound and because we're gonna segue into what Black is talking about. But I'm just letting men and women know that, it's good to clean and do your thing, but when you bounce around, you're gonna get different and that cheese, that shit turn into cauliflower. Help me. What up, y'all? And that's the ratchet shit that I thought they learned before with Superhead, like all the rappers, like, yo, eventually these girls are gonna write a book about us or do something, right? Nope. Because I remember in Superhead's book, she said Method Man's joint smell like a blunt. What the fuck? No disrespect, man. No disrespect. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly. No, it's not. It's in her book. Go read it. Superhead. Now let me stop. But yeah, man, it's just bugged out. You know what I mean? Yup, she did give him money before he got shot. And yo, supposedly, allegedly, the story goes, little TJ approaches Offset like, yo, I'll lend you 10 bands, was blah 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 blah. Offset puts the pause on him, and then on his way out, they popped him in his booty. You know what I'm saying? But damn, man. And that goes back to one of my videos that we were talking about gambling, the addiction and how it's a cycle. You think you're winning, but you're barely breaking even. In fact, you're in the negative. You know what I mean? So Offset, I don't know what you're doing with your bread, man. And of course, that dopamine hit when you do win, but I bet that win comes at a negative loss now. You understand? Because you're never whatever. You could get so far into that gambling game where whatever you could win $1 million 5 times in a row and you still negative. Because some of those guys really spend money. I don't know what it is, like, the dice game, a lot of those dice games, even the regular dice game, man. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, CeeLo, yo, them shits be hundreds of thousands of dollars on a roll, man. But back to Nene, yo, it goes to show you that's like who is this person, right? She lent him money, but she always is in like the mix somehow. What up, noodles? Yeah, that's a fact, right? Slippery slope, noodle, very slippery. That's what's up, Charles. But yeah, man, everything's everything, man. Life is how you create things and how you know what I mean, you move on this earth, man. And a lot of folk are moving sloppy. Like yo, I don't know if it was because I went to Catholic high school, but they used to scare you when I remember, yo, this girl, right? She had a book on, STDs and what they do to the genitals, after. And yo, that's all I'm gonna say, man. This shit look like a Play-Doh kit, man. But just be careful, man, because like I said, y'all brought back a lot of shit that was dormant. Sorry. Yo, when I heard, Shingles is back and they like all type of, they bringing back the old joints. Crabitos made it come back somehow. Yo, everybody money and almost spend 1 million on a new car only for diabolical, and it don't. It shows you their mind state. It really does. Like it's like a false flex. It's like, and then when people, a lot of times this is how it goes, right? I meet you, blah blah blah. I look at the back of the book and I read the little synopsis on you, right? But the more you read that person, the more you get to know that person, you find out their true story. And damn, man, Offset, you looking crazy, man. And oh, once again, once the heat gets more, you're gonna hear them sirens all the time, man. Bouncing around turns that coochie into a baking soda. Yup. That shit, yo, diabolical, black. Good looking for listen, you know what I mean? I'm done. Right now? I read that right now. Oh, that freaks me out to be honest. Yeah, Noodle. You know what I mean? Do you have hair piece? Nah, man. Zay Dollar got hair for real, man. But yeah, man, like when you think about that, it's like, and I'm not making this up, man, because you find out, during spring break, the amount of hospital visits in Houston area, and then when everybody landed back in their homes, just the influx of those clinics, and a lot of the nurses, I don't know if they have just, or as long as I guess they don't say patient confident, I don't know, information, right? But they were like, yeah, man, a lot of folk are coming in, and then a lot of folk are coming in for the ugly monster HIV. So it's just bugged out, man. You know what I mean? East Celeste money like never ending. And yo, living, yo, we black everybody, we busy living above your means is not the goal. Flexing to somebody who really don't care. In fact, you know, a lot of folk just live just to see the downfall of other folk, because it's going to happen, because you cannot, there's no real way of living if you're spending more than you're making. Even billionaires know that. Why you think a lot of times you could be rubbing shoulders with a millionaire, billionaire, and they in a sweatsuit, no watch, no chain. They driving some. Maybe they drive a nice car, but everything else is just. They don't concentrate on certain areas that on a daily can just the spending habit on clothing and sneakers and jewelry and this and that. Yo, that's crazy, man. People waste money on the type of things. Yo, and one of the craziest things people perceive, he got money. Yep. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing about Instagram and this look department that I'm glad people are waking up to, because the Wizard of Oz is finally like, yo, look, my son Dula ain't doing leg day, right? You know what I mean? Like one of those, man. But it's okay to be you. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to say I don't have it today. It's okay to get off the line when you at in a supermarket, and you didn't know that steak was like 20. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to do these things, man. Nobody else is gonna pay your bills. Nobody else is gonna give you bread. And if you do have that de facto where somebody's giving you bread, then yeah, yo, spend the way you think you could spend it. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you, everything ends. Everything has its boiling point. Everything, finally cease to exist. It's all fake, egotistical ego. You're down for. That's a fact, Noodle. That's a fact. And yo, Nene, it's spreading crazy like wildfire during spring break. And these ain't, yo, because I already know, like I say, by being in lives enough to know, she knows stats behind it too. Like, yo, there's a percentage of these people, not these people, but like spring breakers that went and try to enjoy their time and came back with the gift that keeps on giving, man. And yo, look, I don't remember like a spring breaks per se, I guess. Maybe busy we did, but like after you graduated, like maybe everybody did the Cancun thing, or Great Adventure, or went to the cabin upstate or whatever, right? But I didn't know like every, and some of them folk were 30 years old, in their 20s, late 20s, like. yo, your spring break is done, papa. But I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't like this culture that we're living in where as soon as something becomes a trend, everybody just, it doesn't matter how it makes you look. It doesn't matter if you're making your family look bad or yourself. It's just, oh, look, look, somebody looked at my video, 2 million. Like it's like, yo, we do so much for views. It's crazy. That's why I just try to have just a ideology and a conversational piece where this is what I do, but at the same time, I'm not doing backflips. I'm not gonna bark like a dog. I ain't gonna be with the homies blowing L's. I just wanted this to be like almost like a private, just us and just a place where you could go to just to wind down. You know what I'm saying, for everyday life. Bro, I was flexing a Rolex around the neighborhood I grew up. They would chop my arm off for it. Ooh, noodle. Facts, right? So glad I wasn't outside during spring break. Thank you, Black. But yep, both are legends. Keep going, Hashana. I'm reading everybody. I'm doing the best I can. I know that question was for Nene, but Tupac was cool. He that dude, honestly. But who in their right mind is skipping out on a Michael Jackson concert? Not me, right? My ex-husband sold woo for pennies at a pawn shop for. Oh my God. I didn't even want to try to read that last joint. I would never. And that's when I used to tell folk, like, I just happen to be like cool, whatever. But once the pricing and the things go, crazy on them ills, I was like, I'm not playing with this game, man. It's not gonna come between my rent and, you know. But damn, man, 1111, I love you, babe. But it's bugged out, ain't it? It's a bugged out world, man. And that's another thing I don't like is like the pawn shop etiquette of seeing desperation in somebody's eyes or seeing that's why you can't have anxiety when you go there. And that's why you can't lowball, right? You got to be like, oh, all right, I'm taking it to somewhere else. And he'll change his price. But I don't like that when they know you need it and they're like they offer you some like you know what I mean pennies. It's like that's crazy, man. And then probably flipped it, still sold it for a nice, what's going on, Milky? King of pop and the king of rap. Ooh, human nature, external validation should really come from a place within. Thank you, Noodle. You're not going to get what you pay for jewelry at any pawn shop, right? Then that is bugged out. It's bugged out, man. Thank you, Milky. But it's just it's wild because it's like a lot of folk work hard for that jewelry, for that piece, and then just in case something. And I remember there was pawn shops that had two little things like you could pawn it or you could like they give you a little bit and then you come back and you could buy it back, something like that. But yeah, man, what's up? You rap, Jay? I used to, man, but you know what I mean? I'm 44 right now, so I'm not, jumping in that ring. But I used to. I ain't gonna lie. What up, Jay? How you doing, man? Stay blessed. You in the fan band, man. You never getting your items true value at any pawn shop. That's a fact. What up, Black? What up, Milky? Thank you again. What's going on, Hashana? BZ, Noodle, keep talking your stuff, man. Non-Western culture actually barter. Yeah, they on some. Yo, and that's another beautiful thing. When I went to Los Angeles, great segue, Noodle. I went to LA and we went to the fashion district, and I loved the fact that you could barter. It brought me back to New York City, Canal Street, where you could barter your way into getting that good and item sold, right? And put in your hands. But it's cool, man, because that's how life all stores. That's why I told folks whenever they started taking away mom and pop shops, it took away us. It took away us from, sometimes that mom and pop would be like, yeah, pay me when you get it. You can't go to Walmart and do that, you know. Forget the Klarna or the other caca. I'm talking about real relationships with your store owner, and you could have a thing of groceries worth the mother, and he'd be like, yeah, pay me on Friday, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But whenever you take mom and pop, that's what they're doing in New York City. That mayor, he made it where you could rob and only get slapped in the hand now. So what's going to happen is a lot of those little bodegas, a lot of those little mom and pop shops that don't have security, that can't afford to put their goods in plastico things, they're going to get hit the worst, man. And what sucks is like, damn, you need mom and pop. Like Noodle said, barter. Barter is a beautiful word, man, because you were able to, hey, yo, what's up, man? Yo, if I come back, can you put that thing away, man? And I come back tomorrow, I promise, man. Yeah, Like just the relationship you build. And if you keep your word, that's why I tell folk in many videos, keep your word, man. If that's all you got, if you're broke, you can't, you got no real resources and your talk is cheap, at least make your talk be, solid, man. Land and stand on something. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody. You know, because I just, sturdy a piece. Good Lord, man. Imagine that, man. And folk don't understand, man. When I used to tell BZ and everybody, I was like, yo, this high school. I took this class chemistry because I skipped, biology, whatever. I was a junior in chemistry. So long story short, I'm taking chemistry and I'm like, yo, teacher, so you telling me if you figure out the right formula, you could hit certain, if you see your brain as like a pinball machine, so you could hit certain dopamine, right? You could hit certain non-effect. You could do these things with just certain chemicals. So I always feared pharmaceutical companies because they take their time as scientists to create the perfect pill. You remember Limitless? The perfect pill. And that's what it was. They created this a drug that uh didn't have like I forgot what they call it, but it just hits you. There was no like weight, you know what I'm saying? It had no time, whatever, man. And that's why I always like not root for, but when Breaking Bad was around, I was like, I fundamentally thought that was interesting because a guy was able to, because he knew chemicals, create crystal meth, right? So it sucks because I think, obviously I never tried it and I don't suggest nobody do it. But man, when I saw Breaking Bad, and if you just know chemicals, and it goes to the people that know how to make LSD or acid, right? If you just know your chemicals, man, you could pull them from, over the counter things, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I was always intrigued with chemistry, your body, biology, how things affect your body, how this now or later when it hits my stomach, why I always get heartburn, or you know what I'm trying to say? Like why certain things happen, you know what I'm saying? But they know why you think a lot of the food has all this acidic shit in it, why you think most of our food has, all these preservatives. And then when you go out of country and you buy a piece of chicken, it don't even taste like ours. You know what I'm saying? Everything Eastern globe tastes different than our Western food. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody listening, man. Thank you, everybody. Those are Metas Black. Yeah, man. Thank you for these are the Gen 2s. I use them for the audio. Never trying to be cool. Let me take this off. You know what I mean? And Jay, thank you for rocking with my channel. Yo, Black, good looking, man, for the Ali. We used to make little bombs that explode in chemistry class. Yo, Ned. But that's what I mean, right? Like you took I know you was doing something, but you just wanted to push, right? Yo, what does this chemical? And it's amazing. It really is. And if you're young and you still in this course of like biology, chemistry, please listen to what I'm saying. And I know the course is very hard and it doesn't seem like it would benefit you in the future, but it will. Because if you know certain chemicals, certain acidic things, certain why does this happen, just the chemistry of your body, your biology, trust me, you know how to deal with stuff. That's why Dr. Sebi had a natural formula of dealing with disease or any type of illness. He knew how to get these get the same chemicals from plants. He knew how to get the same recipe without adding anything that's going to damage your body in the long run. Dr. Sebi was that guy, man. Shout out to Dr. Sebi. If anybody knows Dr. Sebi, can I get a W in the chat for Dr. Sebi, man? W's in the chat. What up, Sebi? But yeah, man, can we talk about that? Can we talk about the holistic way of helping cancer? How marijuana helps people with seizures and it gives them appetite so they can eat. There's so many beautiful things about the plants, and literally the earth gives everything you need to survive. It's just that we're a population base, so we need more of that item, and B, the people that are in charge of everything, they want us to die quicker than they want us to grow, Allegedly. YouTube, allegedly. This is all allegedly. I mixed random chemicals up once and it all started bubbling and it ran. I've been playing with it. Yo, what up, Noodle? Yeah, see, after chemistry class, I made sure I got home set for. Yes, my mom hated it. I had to play with it outside. amazing, wasn't it? Wasn't it an amazing, cool little set? Yo, and yo, Nene, people don't understand that. Like, it made you feel like it was a feeling about being smart. I keep trying to address this over and over. It was a cool thing about being smart. We didn't have, we did say nerd or whatever, but we also knew that nerd was gonna do better than us. Like we did know that, right? But yeah, good looking, black. Dr. Sabi, man, chemistry and biology can be used in everyday life. That's a fact. And I always say the curricular course should change into more survival based, into more if maybe a couple courses of obviously economics and of course gym, but um yeah, they have to, we have to get back into trades with our hands. We have to start teaching people how to build, because there was something about, building your own little birdhouse out of wood or building a mailbox, right? There was something cool about that. Using your hands and creating something that was tangible, not like a fucking NFT or something. You know what I mean? Dr. Sebi is a great herbalist. He treated Michael Jackson. Facts, man. Good looking, man. But yeah, man, if you don't know herbs and all that stuff, man, I'm happy to be with somebody that's really into it. So, the tea and all that stuff, I trust me, I'm gonna get my body really, into her way of eating because it's more plant-based and stuff like that. I'm like McDonald's and caca and all that stuff. But that's wild. Good looking at. Oh wait, plants that bear fruit. It's in the Bible, dude. Fuck, does ganja bud look like when it's grown tree bearing fruit? Yo, Noodle, good looking for that ollie, man. In fact, it went up for the ollie and I threw it back at you and you hit the three. Bang! Get him out of there. Well, I showed you fruit before. Okay, you see what I mean? And that's another thing I I try to put a spotlight on is like this is about advice. This is about growth. This channel is just trying to, like I said, to Ethan, we were just trying to figure out the groove, man. It always takes a good half hour to get trolls and certain folks into, you know what I mean? But once we get the wheels rolling, I swear the journey is up. We up. I'm 4 away from the 20 ball, man. Good looking, everybody. Thank you, everybody. For real, for real. Hearts up, man, for y'all, man. I've been into herbs since the 90s. Yeah, man. Them things, yo, trust me, man. And you'll be surprised how many, and another community, the Asian, I don't want to just, say Chinese or whatever, but the Asian, they always were big with the herbalistic and holistic and a lot of the islands and stuff like that. A lot of folk knew that whatever island we on, this island's gonna take care of the amount of people that are on it, right? So in Puerto Rico, you see the green bananas, that's why we have plátanos and pasteles. You see the pig, that's why we have pernil. You see the chicken, we got a little chicken, you know what I'm saying? But whatever fruit is in your backyard, in your native land or wherever, it becomes that, that delicacy there, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool, man. Why certain cultures like certain, things, you know what I'm saying? But holistic medicine, thank you, Noodle. Soak your fruits in veggie and vinegar. Thank you. That's what's up. I did hear that too. And yo, there was also a passing of things, right? Your grandmother passed to moms passed to you, and then we tried to pass to these, or it's like the next. But passing of recipes. And yo, I'm not even lying, man. It was a cool thing to run in the kitchen and be like, "Yo, mom, how you doing this, right?" Like, "Yo, can I stir it real quick? Yo, what you doing, pops? You making you know." My pops actually do check this out. Recipe random. You get ground meat, you get breadcrumbs, you get one egg, you get Worcester sauce, a little adobo, salt, pepper, and you get like a thing. You put the ground meat in it, you put the egg, you put the all the other spices and stuff like that. You could even chop up onions and throw them in there. And Worcester sauce, getting all that flavor going, you know what I'm saying? And then the breadcrumbs to make it, get its stilicity, whatever, its thing back. And then you roll like this, spaghetti and meatballs, baby. Them shits used to be banging. I was like, hey, he was like, yeah. Then that's another thing about chemistry and biology. If you know how, that's why shout out to cooks. Cooks know a lot about. Ooh, when you put this, it puffs it up, or when you put that, when you cook with wine instead of oil, or when you cook with, they know various ways of cooking, and it's just, I don't know, it's amazing. I'm getting hungry. But yeah, man, like I say, it's cool, man. What is it? What's the chef thing, the cooking, culinary? If you guys are in college and you could take culinary, please do so, because that's one thing that ain't gonna end, is the fact that we have a relationship with food. So restaurants, or places, they need chefs, man. But yeah, man, culinary, man. I listen to my kinfolk, yeah, from the south. Every remedy they have is better than I've yo, for real, for real. Isn't that bugged out? Hold on. Let me just throw some of this inside. 2 seconds. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Thank you. There's gonna be 22 seconds. What up, babe? Love you. Let me just throw this. Boo boo boo. Here we go. Okay. And I just said I love you, babe. Shouting you out, babe. You know what I mean? I know you're at work. But here we go. Let me get the chanclas. Sorry, I had to take off the sneakers and just put the chanclas on. You know what I mean? Cause very bipolar this weather is, man. You saw me take the jacket off. So like from like 7 in the morning when we wake up, 6, it's obviously it's cold, you know what I mean? But it's cold all the way through to 12, 1. But just like obviously, spring, summer, but it changes like this, man. From like 10 to 11, you're like, whoa, I need the suntan. But good looking, everybody. What up, folk? How y'all doing, man? Talk to me. Everybody good? We all good, right? We all chilling. Audio's good. We maxing. We relaxing. You can't ever complain sometimes, you got to appreciate the way life just be sometimes, right? Like, but yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's at work, I just said that because I always shout her out, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah, I always tell her, you know what I mean? And she be on, sometimes she bounces in and out, but knows the most about holistic treatment. Wow, the Indian side, that is wild. And that is true. They a lot of spices, a lot of, yeah, medicinal. I'ma cool out restaurants for a minute because they getting too expensive, especially to be serving bland ass food. Segway, randoms, $8, $8. We outside, we inside, we everywhere. Yo, black, that's a fact, man. I'm not telling folk to go ban restaurants, but we just went to Denny's and it's not the look anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just the when you look at that fucking bill and just the amount of taxes and then the tip and then all this other stuff. First of all, I didn't even know that tip culture really is an Americano thing. If you go all over the world, man, restaurants pay their workers enough where they don't have to beg for tips. So if you go everywhere in this world, never would they say, and of course that's who we are. We probably still throw a tip down, but yeah, man, I need to learn how to cook good stuff for myself. Sick of just Uber eating garbage. Yo, Noodle, one of the best things, and yo, Noodle, if I could give you advice, slow cook. A lot of men like the high flame things and that burns things. You gotta slow cook Paul's meat. You gotta, if you want to do, once again, my trick for rice is 1 cup of rice is 2 cups of water. If it's 2 cups, you know what I mean, 4 cups. So you dip it in like that. You pour for water. You pour some oil and salt. Once it starts bubbling, you throw your rice in there, and then when you see rice having little holes, you do a little spin thing, and as long as it's not wet, right? Pause. And then for the meat, I learned it took me a long time. I was like, yo, why am I always fucking burning shit and beep beep beep? You know what I mean? The smoke everywhere. Shh, beep beep. Me waving a fucking towel. Woof, woof. That's because like men like the yeah we or me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just take that too. We just burn our shit, you know what I'm saying? But slow cooking, I learned that along slow cooking. That's what's up, Noodle. Congrats on that apartment, man. And once again, it's the small things. It's yours. It's the things that you do for self that should be the testament in itself, right? Because a lot of folk Be like, oh, yo, yeah. Like everybody got something to say, and then their situation is even worse. It's like, how are you that like a homeless dude to tell you something, right? Like that's the world we're in. Everybody feels like they have a voice, and I don't think some people got to play their role, man. We got to know where we are and where we stand, and how the energy I put out. I'm not supposed to be getting a fucking Rolls Royce and like, you know what I mean? Because it gotta coincide, right? It gotta be equal. But good looking, man. That's a damn shame, man. Wait, hold on. B, my husband went food shopping and paid 200 for 4 bags. Wait, that's good or bad, man? Oh, it's bad, right? Raising the prices like crazy too now. Yep. I did one little bag and it was like $70. Yeah, it's getting nasty, man. No, that's why I said it because 200 though, that is because I remember 100 used to do 4 or 5 bags. Remember 100 used to go a long way? Holy moly. I remember when I seen folk hand the lady $100, I knew they were packing bags for a little hot minute. Now you get a little compra, and depending on what type of products you got, if it's name brand or not, or whatever, nonsense is going on, $100 will go like this. Takeover is here for is 50 for 2 people. Don't feel bad, Noodle Knocker. If I was by myself, being ramen can't could save my life. Yeah, shout out to ramens though, for real, man. Yo, let me tell you, I used to two course it before. I used to have my own apartment, right? And before I knew how to make rice, I would literally go to like a Mexican or Puerto Rican joint, just get a thing of white rice, and then cook the pork chops myself and do a little like a little meal. You know what I mean? But as time progressed, I really had to get in the kitchen because, I obviously 44, I lived on my own for a while, you know what I'm saying? And, even in relationships, you want to cook, you know what I mean? Because yeah, man, eating out is it's becoming more of a burden financially, not for the world, but I mean people in America, but it is, man. Like the way they raise their prices, the way Chipotle, the owner, think he could say certain things like, "Yo, my audience is 100,000 is, and they could afford this." It's like, yo, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? What you talking about, man? Fast food is supposed to be cheap and fast. You know what I'm saying? But I'm catching up, man. Slow cookers are cool, but a paranoid of the spill. I got you, Noodle. But whatever, take out. Yup. And yo, let me tell you, man, back in the days, man, we used to do like takeout, like Chinese or Domino's, coming on Thursday, Friday, right? Saturday, my mom's or my dad cooked, and Sunday, the family. Sometimes we went to McDonald's because we went to cemetery or whatever, you know what I mean? But Monday through Wednesday, Mondays was like chicken, Wednesdays was like spaghetti, and there was always a different food group. But if you don't know how to cook, man, you're really relying on these damn fucking these places, and between DoorDash and all this nonsense is like it's just out of control, man. It really is, man. Yo, 8 people, get out of here. And somebody might be like, yo, nah, she talking every 2 weeks. That's 200. Yeah, for 8 people, we talking though, eating good. And you already said your kids is six, you know what I'm saying? So everybody big, motherfuckers is eating amazing, you heard? But yeah, the whole industry behind like, and it always boggles me. Like I always bring up this example about the air at gas stations. The guy was like, "Yo, it's the same air. The air it didn't we don't need a tariff to bring air here. It's just air for your tire, but somehow even that caught inflation. And that's what boggles me. If things are made in America, or if we have things, why are those items expensive? You know what I mean? Or why is there any type of inflation occurring? You know what I mean? But apparently everything is being imported. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, 16. Come on, man. I'm bringing my energy up. Sorry, y'all. That's this. Say do not burn, man. but it is getting a little hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching it. I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? But I am 85 minutes in. I appreciate everybody. I'm still here. You know what I mean? Hopefully we hit that 20 ball before I leave. Monday through Thursdays, parents cook. Takeout was Friday, Saturday, huge Sunday dinner. That's a fact, man. And that was a thing in many households. It was cooking. It was you open your window, everybody smelled various foods. You know what I mean? And takeout was just the industry that was just there. And as soon as they knew that they pocketed a foot in the way people eat on a regular, that's when they were like, oh, raise the price. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. And I'm glad a lot of folk are going back to cooking. I'm glad. But then they trying to ping pong you at the grocery store. So like they all work in tangent, man. They all work together, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like we're never gonna win, man. We're never gonna feel like, oh shit, we got one up, right? Like it's just always them milking us, man. And then I'm hearing about, subscriptions for BMW heated seats. People said don't do it, but they were, you know what I mean? So I could just imagine in the future, man, the various subscriptions folk gonna have to do just to like leave your crib. You know what I mean? Or a subscription to get on a certain highway piece. Or you have to pay to get to another state. You know what I mean? They're gonna start doing things where they're gonna start locking doors on people. So wherever you at is where you at. Hold on. Bro, they charge you for water. Water, if they could measure, yep, charge you for that. Also, that's a fact, Noodle. I think batch cooking is the way. Space it out throughout the week. That's a fact. Freeze it and use it another day. Yep, yep, yep. Leftovers used to be a huge thing with my pops. My pops, and it's also, he didn't use the microwave to do it. He always recooked it, you know what I mean? And brought the flavor back or added flavor or because, things lose its little, you know what I'm saying? But he knew how to bring it. It's where it tasted like you cooked it, you know what I mean? But shout out to, you know, um, you know, give me the doggy bag when you at the restaurant. Shout out to like, eating leftovers, man. Watch shares apps for side hustle, same day cash. Just make sure your whip is fuel economy and don't be socially awkward with the customers. That's a fact. And that's another thing I don't like, Black, that a lot of folk have to feel this worry if you're in a different neighborhood that my Uber Eats might eat my meal, or I might be missing a slice, or if I don't tip them, they're gonna like wild out. You know what I mean? And this is why I don't like it, is because it became too personal. So a delivery driver knows where you live, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because if they're one of these guys that just like, I'm working, this is what I do, but then you drive to a nice neighborhood, now you're like, oh shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody thinks like that, but you know what I mean? I don't like the personal, like knowing my complex, or knowing, I know delivery used to do that all the time, but I felt like it was just a different. It was different. I don't know why. Because I know why. Because if something happened to the order, you just call the place back and be like, "Yo, one of your delivery drivers fucked up." Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And they got the flack. But now, who you gonna call? Uber Eats don't know is connected to a number. The nigga could just delete the app. He just left you a bag of shit. It's like what? Ride shit acts you up. Shit, I miss running from my fort in the woods, Sunday smelling soul food. Yo, Nene, let's talk about it. Segue. Yo, survival, man. My sister bring a played around. I didn't have a fridge, freezer for about a week. Just got a free new one off the government. Yo, Noodle, it takes time, pa, but I'm glad. Cause yo, isn't it weird that like a lot of apartments don't come with the same amenities that it used to, like refrigerator, stove, all these little things. Now you gotta literally buy all this shit. What is going on, Almighty Kermit? What's going on, Pop? You definitely gonna be my 17th thumb up. Thank you, everybody, for we about to hit the 30 ball. I mean 20 ball. Just get me to the 20 ball. But yo, Nene, segue. And I'm gonna catch you back again, Black. You know what I'm saying? Um, but there was something about when you played in the park, wherever you were, and you came back to the crib and the smell of food, and moms yelled, "Get in the shower before you eat," and you took your clothes off, laundry basket, jumped in there. And mind you, you took a bath or shower, but you did it. You handled it on your own. You know, like, sad to say, I was in, a relationship. where at the kid was like 13 and shorty was still white. I'm like, yo, you gotta have a disconnection between. Let the boy, like, he has to learn. I don't care if he don't, but he has to learn and start doing things on his own. You understand me? But hate people knowing that's a fact. But yeah, man, good looking almighty. Oh, y'all, yo, yo, good looking, y'all. Hit me with the 18 ball, baby. Food, no matter how much I make, could never replicate how my mom, grandma, yo, Noodle. I remember my cousin whenever, because he used to, be around the world, right? Literally, he was in UK, Russia, here, Amsterdam, Arizona, you know what I'm saying? Wherever. He just traveled a lot. Good for him, you know what I'm saying? But whenever he was in New York, he used to race, and he called my mom's Titi, right? And he'd be like, Titi, make me some food, man. The rice, the bichuelas, and like you said, great little great little conversational piece. But ain't nothing like your parents, your grandparents cooking, man. Ain't nothing like it. You know what I mean? And shout out to the people that got past that recipe, got past them jewels, because like I said, we're really gonna get pinned in a situation where you better learn how to cook. And I don't care if you burning whatever you eating, but they, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel it. I feel something, the way structurally, the way certain neighborhoods are crumbling before our eyes. Like rich country where, man. You know what I'm saying? And the way opportunities aren't the same. We have no say. We're telling people we don't want no more data centers. We don't want AI. I don't care how you could make Will Smith eat a spaghetti. I don't give a damn about none of that, man. Stop. Bring back jobs. Let's start knocking over those kiosks and McDonald's. Bring back, you know what I'm saying? You make, and then, what bugs me out is, if, like I say, I'm a numbers guy. You look up these numbers, they still in the profit margin. They still every quarter make billions or millions of dollars. You understand me? So companies are just very, very, very greedy, man. Food, okay, right. Babe before dinner, and you better be excited like a motherfucker smelling the food. Yup, that's a fact. And you in the shower with a bath like this, singing, bugging out. Yo, people need to really understand that when you had a packed crib, and even if it was like moms, pops, and you, man, and grandpops, or cuzzo, or yo, the energy, right? Like, yo, meals. And we were the last that used to eat meals together at a table. Eventually, my mom did the Asian look, so we used to like eat food, on the floor, Indian style crossed. But like we used to really eat at a table, man, and make sure your elbows are off the table. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my sister gonna teach me some basics. I know how to cook, but when you become reliant on other people, you legit become a bit helpless. Yeah, Noodle. But yo, shout out to you, Noodle. You know what I'm saying? Don't put too many eggs in a basket. One thing at a time. Accomplish one thing. And the fact that you got your apartment, your gig, just continue greatness and do you, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're gonna learn, you know what I'm saying? And then, maybe a year later, yo, Zay, yo, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, congrats to you, man, because a lot of folks don't, congratulate folk for just doing things nowadays that seem very far reached, right? Like just getting a job and your own apartment should be not celebrated to like a fucking parade, but at least like, yo, at least I'm doing it, right? Because a lot of folk took the easy route of just giving up, and that's not the way we should do things. We should never, as a human race, give up. Because if we did, we would not be here. Think about the humans that were walking them deserts and no water, no food, just to the next town. Remember, like, yo, back then it was just, desolate, just woods, animals eating your babies, all type of craziness, man. So if the human species gave up then, man, we would not be here. Just to sit on our ass and just, complain all the time. So put a little effort, and let's make our ancestors proud that, you know what I'm saying? Like they kept humanity going, man. James Brown in itself singing. That's a fact. My cousin was on, girl, yesterday, was surprised the hell out of me. That, yo, Black, you see? Thank you for enjoying, learned help. Yep. I got you, Noodle. You know what I mean? But appreciate it, man. I'm on the right path. Yeah. But right? I'm hit everybody. I got you, Black, too, you know what I'm saying? But man, It used to, like I said, man, it was good times, and it was because we wanted them to be good. When you want times to be bad and want times to be what it is, you will create and manifest what the hell you want. And right now, a lot of folk are desolate. A lot of folk are giving up. A lot of folk don't believe in anything. So the system ain't believing in itself anymore. So everything is crumbling right before our eyes. The more we have faith and hope and belief and understand this is a system, a game, and I have to just put in my work and time and whatever. Let's just get through this. But we got to get through it together because that's the only way humanity survives, man. It really is. Whenever you see, Walking Dead or those shows from or shows where shit is like hitting the fan, man, we get together, man. And everybody has a particular job that they offer. You know, medic, you know this, you know that, you know what I'm saying? And everybody brings flavor to the table, man. And I know right now it may not seem like it, but just continue your own path and just, be at peace with yourself, man. A lot of folk don't like themselves, man. And I never got that. I never got it. Look at the beak I got. Look at my nose, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I was a baby, I ain't had this shit. This shit grew, man. It broke though, you know what I mean? Boxing, whatever. I didn't whatever. It is what it is. But salute. Salute, man. Appreciate it, man. My future prodigy needs to me to stand up, be a stand-up guy. And that's another thing, man. We are reflections. We You know what I mean? And the absorption rate of little people, little creatures, I call them, is on fleek. They got the clean hard drive, man. So everything they intaking is sticking. Understand that. You know what I mean? Everything they intake. So if you curse a little bit more, or if you say something, trust me, they are engaging and taking it in. You know, somebody brought up the thing about, the moms that were very like, nobody gonna do nothing to my baby. And when that little baby heard that, what that baby took from that was, I could do whatever the fuck I want because I'm always gonna get protected. Even when I go to jail, mama gonna bail me out. Mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, so be careful how, you raise these our future, man, because it really is. That's what it is, man. We used to be like, yo, the people below us, I hope they're doctors, I hope they're this, I hope they're that, so they could, pass the torch and continue this, what we doing. But you know what I'm saying? Social media has a lot to play with that, man, and I cannot deny it. I can't just be like, yo, but it is what it is. It's really a detriment to, like, your learning and your growth. Like we said yesterday, Ned, remember? Yo, kids are in class streaming while the teacher is trying to teach. They living. So it's like, there's no more repercussions, there's no consequences, there's no left back if you don't pass, so it is what it is, man. But yo, what up, y'all? We talking. I wish my kids were still young. It's hard cooking for only me. My husband and dog. Yeah, that's another thing. My mom told me when you have to cut right. So you used to making the big pot, the ta ta ti ta pa pa, and then it tastes just like you making a little joint for you. You know what I'm saying? But it was something about making them big pots and everybody getting two plates, and then you could call your neighbor, yo, I got an extra plate. Yo, you want? All right, yo, you know what I'm saying? So it was good. It was good, man, on all spectrums. And we made the bad look good too. You know what I'm saying? And we did address a lot of issues. We really did. You know what I mean? It's just that we knew nobody was gonna listen and nobody gave a F, you know? Trust me, Nene, all it takes is one phone call, mom's cooking, house flooded with the fan bam. Early. What up, Black? Look at Blueface 3-year-old daughter cursing the family out. Yo, let's go back to that Blueface stuff, man. So there's a video of him in the store, in Foot Locker, the baby throwing things everywhere. It's like, yo, and he's like, well, what you want me to do? Beat the baby? It's like, no, we don't want you to do that. We just want you to discipline your kid. So when the kid is 10 years old, 15 or 20, is not running around thinking she owns the world. And that's a thing. That really is. And I understand it. And when you're younger, trust me, you're cocky as hell. You think your doodle don't stink. You think you're on top of the world. It's okay. But it's just too much of that. Humble yourself. It's good to, and I hate that sometimes it takes an ass whooping to humble some people. But yeah, man, you got to correct that, Blueface. You got to correct that. I forgot. Oh, my bad. Didn't know that. Trust me, then oh, B, they still live or live out of state. Damn. I forgot how massive America is from England, and I'm not explored all my country, just like pockets of it. Yeah, Noodle. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised. Even when you just put California and Texas and maybe Alaska, Oregon. You know what I mean? Just there's very big pockets and big states, and then I don't like the breakdown, which is like they broke it down too much, meaning like so you got a state, and within the state it's broke down via blocks or this and that, and they know how to separate us. And yo, I saw a video where they said, yo, a lot of hoods have freeways block boxing them in, and that's for a reason why your Martin Luther King and Malcolm X boulevards, wherever city you're at, are always dangerous. And he explained how a lot of the off ramps are built very little, because in the case they want you to stay where you at, they'll just throw a car. When you see Walking Dead, and cars can't move because every car is like, once you throw a fire truck or a couple cars a certain direction, you literally, a lot of the roads don't go nowhere. They box them in too. You know what I mean? You can only go so far until you get into that highway, the I-95 or something, But it was spooky when he talked like that, because it bugs me out, like how many years they've been doing this, how many years they've been perfecting this separation and this, and the way they build and the anxiety and how everything seems far away from you, and then like it's built upon driving cars. It's like it's so messed up, a lot of the things that they've done, you know what I mean? And I don't know who they are, but I'm just saying they. I forgot how massive. Yup, yup. Look at Los Angeles in the '90s. Liquor store on every corner, done by design. That's a fact, man. Why every hood got the Chinese, the liquor store, and little associated, and a laundry joint. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, no karate class, no, whatever. There's nothing to, what I'm saying, to be positive. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, that liquor store will be open longer than the food place. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing positive, and it's all by design. Now I realize that, because when you see old pictures of old hoods, they used to have laundry mats, and like they did have kung fu places and all these little things that they try to build. But they designed it where, let's get those things out of here and let's just make this, the way it is, man. And I told people liquor is a spirit, and you don't do nothing educationally right when you're on a lot of it. You know what I mean? Enough of it is a good time. Too much of it is, you wake up and what the hell I did. You know what I'm saying? But and the fact that a lot of us carry a lot of anger with us. You know what I'm saying? Once you take that liquor, man, you gonna just, all it does is make you pour it out. Not to shake my head. The government always plotting. Yo, Black. When I saw that guy, his name was Ron Black, I think, or Black Ron. Blaqron, very educated fella he seemed, and he said that every off ramp is designed very little so they could just throw a car, boom, and now you trapped in your little area. You know what I'm saying? That's why they design certain things, and you notice the design, you see it. You know what I'm saying? You see it. And he even said something about like Beverly Hills, when the guy was constructing that. He was like, "Yo, let's import uh palm trees, so when people come here they feel, oh shit, you turn the block, palm trees, this elegant, you know what I mean? It felt like the worth was there, right? So he knew, like I said, designing of a city or a town or streets or space goes a long way, man. A long way. It got bad during hockey season. Oh, let me see that. It was like that in Philly too, Noodle. They stopped after all of the brawls during sports seasons. Oh, and people don't understand, man. Philly, they take their hockey serious, man. Shout out to the Flyers. I think, yeah, I know my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I saw the Rangers versus the Flyers, and I think it was the Barclays, but or was it the Islanders? Somebody was at the Barclays. But yeah, man, shout out to hockey, man. What a cool little. I wish I could ice skate. I always was afraid of falling and somebody just went, oh, my fucking fingers. You know what I mean? But I ice skated before. When you go to, I've done the I don't know if you know, but it's not in Times Square. It's in Rockefeller Center, and they have an ice skate rink, and then they got the tree right there. So I did that. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? But if you know me, you know I like to go out. I like to have a good time. I like to enjoy. I like to, you know, journey. Oh, what's over there? What's in here? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's always been my nature to always like enjoy life as much as I could. You know what I mean? I guess when you're poor, there's nothing else you could do about it, right? Besides work, 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 and try to save or invest or whatever they claim you could stack bread with. But I always I tried my hardest just to like not engage too much on like if I don't got money, I'm not gonna have a good time. And I'm gonna still, somehow figure it out, right? But yeah, man. I'm hyped. I'm still here. We did 104, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm sorry. I'm about to peace out. We hit 18. Imagine I hit two at the end. Yo, two more likes at the end of the building, man. I'm gonna read everybody else's comment because that's how I does. Okay, it was like that. Philly, okay, because of the hockey season. Yes, yes, yes. The streets literally converge into a pentagram. Fucking spooky shit. Yes, they do. And DC, very Washington. The way they did Washington and DC is very spooky, man. Hey, bro, may the Lord, yo, Jesus, yo, hit me with that like, man. Thanks for that, amen, Jesus. But amen back and forth, man. Thumbs up and amen, man. Thank you, and I appreciate that, man. Yeah, shout to the Lord, man. For real, for real. When I played field hockey, I used to tear up the shins. Ooh, tear up them shins. Yup. Damn. So field hockey is like what? Like it's the same shit, but what on the street, right? Yeah. Am I field hockey? I'm trying to yeah, right? Or are you talking like football, like some type of rugby? Yeah, let's do it. 20 ball, 20 ball. What up, y'all? Good looking, man. I appreciate that, man. Good looking. Thank you, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. 2025, man. I appreciate your energy and you always chime in at the right time. So I'm not mad at that. So yeah, amen. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, just be yourself, be happy, man, and as much as you can, you know what I mean? I don't want to keep throwing yo, 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 yeah, man, yo, there's a party over here, there's a party over here, party over here. Yo, once again, shout out MJ, man. Go see that movie if you can and you had the time. Um, you know what I mean? And yeah, same, but it's on grass. Oh, see, say less. There you go. So field, exactly why you said field. Yup, 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 yup. And that's why you said the shin thing. Later. But yeah, man, shout out to all them sports, man. Even rugby, lacrosse. My dad did rugby and lacrosse, and I thought those games when he taught me about them, I was like, what type of animal type of game? But yo, everybody have a great day. Stay positive. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The same time, same place. Black, I appreciate your early time and award. And yeah, man, everybody have a great day. Thank you for the conversation, the likes. And we be doing damage lately, right? I appreciate my audience, man. We really be clicking and we have great discussions. Once again, if somebody could just take all the pieces and do a diet, like I really feel we say things like that are needed and it's good advice. And I'm not bragging, it comes from all of us. So shout out to y'all, hearts up, good looking. Nene, have a great day. Everybody, Christy, Black, you already know, man. Cheeseburger, Jesus, Noodle, black, of course, Black, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, man. Just one. Everybody have a great day and stay positive, stay you. And yeah, just enjoy life, man. Thank you for rocking with me. $8, $8. Random. We outside, we inside, we everywhere. You know what the fuck going on? Yeah. Peace. Salute. Bow. Good looking, Black. Yo, be good, everybody. Have a great day. You know what I mean? And thanks for the making my shorts blow. All that, all that cool shit, man. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking the thumbs up. Just for the community you guys are. And shit means a lot. You know what I mean? But peace. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Hashana. Everybody, man. Thanks for the 20 ball. Thanks for everything, man. I appreciate everything. Peace. Say $8, $8. Random. Later, y'all. Have a great day.